Please take your seats. School is now in session.
Homeschool podcast. Homeschool.
The homeschool podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
No, okay.
I don't want to do that at all. Welcome back to Homeschooled Podcast. I'm Augustino Zoida, the host of the Homeschooled Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know you got a lot of options for a podcast, so we really appreciate you stopping by and giving us a try or returning. We love those loyal listeners. And my co-host Kevin Lyons is not here, as he has not been in studio the last couple of times because, I'm having the guests call in because we're trying to make it so that so many guests don't have to be here interacting and making those feel safe. So no reason for Kevin to be here. We're having the guests call in anyway. So, but big shout out to Kevin. He still does a lot of hard work on editing all these videos and podcasts. By the way, make sure you guys are subscribed to Augustino Zoida on YouTube. That's where all these episodes go if you prefer to watch on YouTube, and you can do that. Go ahead and hit subscribe up there because I also put some stand-up clips, including my Welcome to Purgatory segment, the very, very short videos of stand-up comedians trying new joke ideas out. And our guest today did one recently. So my guest today is Les Jennings. He has been on a couple times before. If you guys remember, he goes by LJ, and he is a hilarious comic, a great, great friend, a sweetheart of a guy, and he is also a bodybuilder, personal trainer, and even though he is, I believe, like 50 years old, he is still competing in bodybuilding competitions constantly. So I thought it would be great to have him on so that we can talk to him about what's going on with bodybuilding and how not being able to go to the gym has affected him, as I'm sure it has affected a lot of us. So It's going to be a lot of fun. I think that he's the perfect guest to call in for it, so we're going to get to that right now in just a second. But as I was saying, you can watch my show, Welcome to Purgatory. That one I think is under 5 minutes. I've never done one more than 10 minutes. They're really, really short, and it's just me sharing with you an idea for a brand new joke premise that might one day make it to the stage after I fix it up and everything, or who knows. I'm just trying it out, and I record those, not live. I just record them, and then I have a guest comic on, and then they tell us their idea for a new joke, and then that's it. So I'll cut to them, and that was a really, really fun one, and both. I actually really like the joke that me and LJ both did, so you guys can watch that on YouTube. It's also on my IGTV, so make sure you're following me. But go to the YouTube channel Augustino Zoida and hit subscribe, and they're all up there. And also, before we begin, this episode is brought to you by Masterclass. Masterclass is having an amazing promotion right now that allows you to help yourself out during this lockdown, but even better, it allows you to help out somebody that you know needs it. Masterclass is an online education. You can take a class on just about anything, whether it be for fun, hobby, career, something you just love and you're passionate about it, something that you always wanted to start and you never really had a time to take a class. There you have it, guys. And we're not just talking about like history classes, although it's on there too. I mean, if you want to write poetry, they got a class. If you want to write screenplays, scripts, books, if you want to be a filmmaker, a director, an actor, a stand-up comedian, there's a class on everything. They have excellent cooking classes taught by Gordon Ramsay. They have excellent cocktail classes, how to become a bartender, which is something just really fun to do. My wife and I did a date night of it where we just put on the video and we learned some new cocktails to make, and we made it right there. That's a fun date night while you're stuck at home. And most importantly right now, you guys, while you're stuck at home, it is great to keep busy and make sure when this thing is all over, you're coming out of it with a new craft or with a new education or with something to offer and not having nothing to offer during the entire lockdown. It's very, very important. So right now, whatever it is, if you just want to learn new dishes or get better at cooking, whatever it is, you guys, they have it. And right now, you can buy a year subscription which, by the way, only comes out to $15 a month. You have a year subscription, and you can gift a year subscription to a friend of yours that you probably know who's also sitting at home, maybe alone, kind of getting depressed in this whole lockdown thing, and you know they can use it too. So you have a year subscription to the entire website to take as many or as little classes as you want. So sign up right now, click the link in the description, and you can start taking a class today in the comfort of your own home. Very, very affordable. And it's buy one, gift one. Take advantage of it right now while you still can. All right, you guys, as I said, Les Jennings is going to be calling into the podcast, or I'm calling him rather. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and give him a call.
Hello.
Hey, man. How's it going?
What's up? Hey, it's going, man. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for your patience. I had a little technical difficulties over here before I recorded, but we're
Oh, no worries.
we're good now. It's good to hear from you, man.
Hey, you too, man. Always a pleasure. Always.
The only thing I've seen of you is when you did that video for me. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Um,
So how's it going?
Good. Yeah. Man, how's it going with you? That's what I want to talk to you about, man, because, you've been on the podcast a couple of times. Some people might know you already. We've talked about a lot of things, comedy, health,
Yeah.
bodybuilding and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to check in on you and see, are you working out, dude? Like, what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm going to work out. So, but it's like an underground slave. I'm going to work out. I'm going to find a way to work out. Okay.
So,
But,
where are you working out?
well, right now, because, let's just say I have access to a gym, So a good friend of mine, one of my buddies, who has a personal trainer's gym, this private personal trainer that I used to train people at his gym a long time ago. So he has a gym, and then when everything started closing down, someone needed a place to train, and he said, "Dude, if you want to use my gym, by all means, you can work there, go there and work out, as long as conducting. It's not like commercial gym there's a lot of people. So I'm in there by myself. It's not enough weight, but it's not a lot of weight, but it's enough weight to that I can at least stay consistent with my workout.
I just think that's funny. It's not enough weight for you at the gym.
Yeah, but
like some people are just like, man, we can't even find a gym. You're like, oh, that's your woes. There's not enough weight at the gym that you're actually. So the dude who owns the gym, he doesn't. He's not like doing privates.
No. Because at first, he was doing it, and then I was training, a couple of people there. And when everything started getting serious, when the cops actually showed up at his gym, they said, "Look, you can't conduct it." That's when he shut everything down.
Wow, cops showed up at his gym?
Yeah. The cops showed up at the gym, and then he's like, "Ooh, y'all serious about this, huh?" And they thought he was kind of exempt just because it was, small. It's not like 24-hour fitness where you got a bunch of people running in. It was just usually 2 or 3 trainers with 2 or 3 clients.
Yeah, it's a small gym, right?
Yeah. So he thought, he was like, it's just a few of us. I've had more people in my house at the time, and so.
Yeah.
But so they kind of, then that's when everything pulled back, and then I was working out there, and I just he didn't want me to post anything.
Mm-hmm.
Saying I'm working out there and blah, blah, blah. So that was it.
Man, I would think that, like, if he can do, like, one at a time, like, personal sessions, with his clients, like, he wears a mask, maybe they don't, you know what I mean? Or he stands far away back and does the training. I don't know. I would think that would be okay, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what we thought, too. But when we get there, but it's kind of like, at this point, the way this whole thing is going now, it's literally, sort of no one's feelings are hurt or whatever. People trying to find loopholes, and it just became a blanket statement. Say, okay, gyms are closed.
Yeah.
All of them. because, figure if you say, okay, if it's a personal training gym where you only have 1 or 2 people, then you have health, so, beauty salon, then, okay, what if I only have 1 or 2 clients on one time? Or you have, this restaurant, so what if I only feed 1 or 2 people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand the logistics of it all, but, so I just say, hey, how about I just get a key made and go in there whenever I want?
Yeah. Hey, at least nobody else is in there and you got it to yourself.
Right. So, but, so I've been maintaining.
Before all this happened, were you kind of getting ready for a competition?
Yeah, I had a competition April. Oh my God, it was sometime in April. I had a competition coming up, and I was like 3 weeks out from competition when everything just kind of shut down. And I was like, bummed, bro.
Yeah. So right now, are you kind of training for just for yourself? Like, hey, I always work out anyway.
Well, a little of both, because after that contest, because the way my contest schedule was set, I'm with the new organization, and I was doing a competition in April to qualify for the big competitions in November. So that was my plan.
Mm-hmm.
And when the April thing got out of the way, I didn't want to just put a bunch of weight back on. So I'm just going to maintain. Plus, with everything locking down, not knowing my gym situation, so I don't want to get out of shape.
Yeah.
So let me just, kind of stay on my diet and not put on too much weight. And then, talking to the organization and everything, they changed some stuff around. So now there's a qualifying competition, the end of July. But now I'm just kind of like, do I really want to go down the road again? And then only to find out the middle of July, they cut things off again. And so
where is it?
Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard somebody told me that a lot of the casinos in Vegas are going to open June 1st.
Yeah.
And then I even heard that Treasure Island, I could be wrong, but somebody told me Treasure Island was even going to do like the end of this month. Like they were trying to open up for this weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, how you can do that when you're being told that you can't, but I don't know. That's what I heard. I heard some friends of mine that I know were like, "We're going to Treasure Island this weekend." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "You're just gonna wear a mask and that seems like the most depressing thing to me. That's like a depressing image, just wearing a mask at a slot machine by yourself,
Yeah, no.
spraying it down before you touch the handle." You know what they should do? They should make like a little COVID slot machine. When you get like the COVID symbols, like that little ball with the you get 3 of them. So now you're thinking like, well, I'm going to start training again, and then you guys are just going to postpone again. So I don't want to go down that road.
Right. So I'm kind of, I'm doing what I call a soft diet, because the thing was, as far as my body and competition, the way I am right now, I am like roughly about 8 weeks out from a competition. Like my body, like I'm talking between 6 and 8 weeks out, and the competition is 10 weeks out. So I'm already ahead of the game, if you will. So I'm just kind of coasting, and we should know, like the organization I'm with, because he was telling me, because Vegas he was talking about the Vegas having a soft opening.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to see, I say, and I'll get serious then, like the beginning of June. I said, okay, I just want to maintain. Beginning of June, I'm gonna get serious. I should know something, by mid-June, if I want to amp it up and really focus on getting this stuff right. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's so crazy that none of us know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And then
Exactly.
you don't know what you're gonna do. Like if it does come back, you're like, well, do I want to go? Like, do I want to be?
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking of that too.
Yeah. So, but you mentioned a minute ago, you said you're on what you call a soft diet. What does that mean to you?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just say as good as anybody or saying that, because I eat clean all year round. Right?
Uh-huh.
I eat clean, but then when I'm not worried about competition, that's when, and this makes it a little easy too, because the wife and I we don't really go out to eat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when I'm, like I said, oh, you're right, I eat right, what you would consider healthy food, let's say 85, 90% of the time, I'll indulge in some desserts here, this, that, and the other. Now, when I say I'm on a soft diet, contest diet, all I'm doing is taking all the obvious bad foods out.
Okay.
It's just mostly, you know what I mean? So there is no desserts. There is no, I'm on an eating schedule, so all my meals are timed. I'm eating at the same time every day. My diet is clean.
I can't imagine you eating bad foods anyway.
Yeah, so it's like, I'll tell you this is something I did too. This is awesome. My birthday was May 1st, and my family has this German chocolate cake recipe, right? So, I told my mom it's time for her to pass it on to my wife. I think, she learned it. So, but what my mom did, my mom made a German chocolate cake, and
Yeah.
She shipped it overnight and got it to me. But yeah, we ate I ate that thing. We ate the whole thing in 2 days. Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. Your wife, when she gets that recipe, she's gonna alter it and make it all kind of healthy.
I told her, and people have asked me that because I haven't had, because the cake is not vegan. First of all, I haven't had one in about 5 years, 6 years. I haven't had this, and this is like the only dessert I truly love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From like childhood.
So every 5 years is a soft diet.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's why people say, oh, your mom can make it healthy. I said, I bet I can stab you in the throat right now, too. I don't want healthy German chocolate cake.
Yeah.
That's not why I eat it. You know what I mean? I'm not eating it for its nutritional value. It's just, no.
Yeah. Man, yeah, exactly. If you want your vitamins, go, you know what I mean? Go eat your vitamins. Exactly. I'm not eating cake because
type 3 diabetes.
Yeah. Man, I feel exactly the same way. I hate when people try to come up to me and tell me, like, have you tried Halo ice cream? And I'm like, yeah, it tastes like shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in a healthy ice cream. I want a real, like, if I'm going to have ice cream, I'm going to have ice cream.
Right.
If I'm gonna walk on ice, you might as well dance. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's one thing I tell my clients. That because people talk about the cake, they talk about I said the problem with the whole psychological effect of quote unquote healthy dessert is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because for two reasons. One, like I said, you're eating something. I don't care. It's like a lot of desserts have nostalgia. Attached to them, or you do. You like the sweet, you like this, that, and the other. The minute you convince somebody or lie to them and tell them it's healthier ice cream or that, we take this up. Okay, now you're starting to think this ice cream, even Halo, you say, oh, now I'm thinking it's good for me. No, right. All you're doing now is you're taking a shittier substitute. It's not really healthy. It's just not as bad. And I would tell people like this, it's like, if I had a gun, if I'm going to shoot you with a 22 or 44, you say, yeah. The 22 is going to hurt you. Yeah, but you're still getting shot. You know what I mean? And that's what I said, yeah, it's a smaller bullet, but it really helps.
Yeah, but it's a bullet.
Right. And I tell people, I said, look, if you're going to eat ice cream or eat whatever, I said, eat whatever the hell you want. Know that it's bad for you if you will. Eat it, enjoy it, move on.
Right. Well, it's not like this healthy ice cream is actually good for you. It's not nutritious. It just has, like, less calories than the other one.
Yeah, yes. And some will have less calories.
Less sugar.
Less sugar. And some will just, instead of using milk with the lactate, they'll just use, almond
milk.
Like
yeah, or coconut,
so
right.
It's really that, but like calorically and, some sugar content is, still there. And you can still have the same effect as far as spiking your insulin level. You know what I mean? So but anyways.
When people put, whenever I see like no sugar, I always think like, well, what did you put instead? And is that chemical like really that much better than sugar? Right. Although I know sugar is like probably the worst thing in the world for you. No,
what they have found this out late, which is why you don't see it as much. Because you remember when was it equal to aspartame? They found out that a lot of those sugar substitutes really forced your body to crave sugar more.
Wow.
So they were much. It would be like, so I'm gonna get smoking, and like with the nicotine patches.
Yeah.
And they found out that what was happening was the aspartame was making people crave sugar more.
Right. Right.
So then, you do all this, you're eating all this no sugar, low fat desserts and stuff, but your body's craving more. And people say, man, I gave up the bad cooking. Why am I gaining weight? And why do I crave sugar so much more?
Yeah, yeah. If a girl is getting little dick, she's going to be craving big dick.
Not a determinant of dick. I need more dick.
Yeah, get your little sugar-free dick out of here.
Does this come in German chocolate? But
So I know you're vegan. So you're saying the cake is not vegan. So it's real eggs. It's real milk. You're not a vegan anymore.
No. Mm-mm.
I think that we talked about that, but I can never keep track with you.
Yeah, it changes. I'm doing right now. What I'm doing this thing now. It's like I'm a flexitarian now because I hate labels. And
it's a flexitarian because you fluctuate. You fluctuate between different diets.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I like that.
It's really because remember when we talked about me going vegan, like I said, I was never vegan for ethical reasons. It was it was just an evolution in my eating over the years. And then when like I said, I brought fish back into my diet, and I needed some of my omegas, from the fish and stuff like that. It's just, I'll just try different things to see how my body reacts to it. But there will still be days where I will only go plant-based, for days. And then I'll go, oh, here's some fish. So, no, here's a piece of chicken. Or, then I'll just go plant-based for a little while. So it depends,
Yeah, it's supposed to be really, extremely helpful for you, right? I heard one story about somebody that went plant-based. They had cancer, and that really helped them come back, helped out even more than the chemo. Apparently, they stopped doing chemo, they went plant-based.
Yeah, well, this stuff could be good. The plant-based is great for you. I guess it depends on what kind of cancers you have. And everything is like this too. And I'll say that this is not. I'm not a doctor. You start by saying,
yeah.
But just from a basic, systematical standpoint, you think about, cancer. Think about what we're going through right now. It's like your immune system fights any foreign, substance, virus, cancer, anything. And it fights. So the stronger and the healthier your immune system is, the stronger it'll be and the better it'll be to fight off whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the problem with stuff like, with most cancers, if you're still eating cancerous foods, only thing you're doing is feeding the cancer. So you get rid of a lot of these, carcinogens out of your diet and start putting healthy things that help your immune system. That's what's helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right?
It's almost like you're helping out the enemy.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. And that's what a lot of people are doing. It's like, food is so bad, and this is why somebody do something just well, let me just get off this, let me just go plant-based. Mm-hmm. And it's like such a recharging to your system, and it can really reverse a lot of the effects of some lighter forms of cancer. Don't be like, stage 4, but like, oh, let me eat a salad. I should be fine. No, it's stuff around.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I ain't mad at you, man. I mean, not to compare our two diets or lifestyles at all, but I kind of do the what do you call it? The flexican.
Flexitarian, not flexican.
Oh,
that's a Mexican with muscles. No, I just
flexitarian. Yeah, because I'll do different things. I'll go because there's so many things that I really really love that I don't think that I necessarily want to give up. It's one of my joys of life. But I just so I just do it in increments. So I'll go I really love beer, bread. Those are pretty much the main ones that I fluctuate between. And sometimes I'll do them both at the same time. I'll go I'm not doing either one for a month. Sometimes I'll do more than a month, and then sometimes I'll switch off. I'll do one or the other. And then sometimes, you'll catch me in the middle of not doing either, and it's just my time to enjoy. You know what I mean? I'll binge a little bit, and then I look at the mirror and I'm like, oh shit, it's time to go back. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I've been doing. I'm in the middle of I just finished the binge because at the beginning of the lockdown we were in Lent and I had given up beer and bread for Lent.
Okay.
So in the beginning of the lockdown, I didn't put on any weight at all. I was still in Lent. But then all of a sudden, after Easter, I was like, okay, now I'm in lockdown and I can enjoy it a little bit. I'm going to have like some, I like to have a sandwich like tuna, or ahi or pizza or, I have like a beer or something. Like I just like stuff like that, So I was binging a little bit and then I just started to notice, I'm getting a little, putting it back on. So right now I am probably like a week, not even into back on neither one of them.
Oh, okay.
But man, I think that I ain't mad at you. You have 5 years. You have a cake that your mom makes. It's like these little things that like, hey, like I like that. I'm gonna have it every now and then. You've known me a while, but only recently have I stopped eating meat. And by the way, last week was the 1 year anniversary. I haven't had meat in a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but I'm enjoying it, and I don't miss it. I was saying that a lot when people ask me, do you miss it? And I was like, not at all. Sometimes if I look at meat, it grosses me out a little bit now, or the smell of it. But now, like after I've done it for a year, it's like I'm starting to see some of my friends that cook really well, and the way they do meat, and I'll go like, well, that actually looks good, Not that I'm tempted to try it. I have no interest, but what it is, though, is mine is not really like I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian or whatever. Like you said, I don't want to do labels. I just a big part of mine is like animal cruelty is a big part of the reason I went for it, and health. That's the other reason. So I just decided, that I'm not going to do it anymore. And but if you are, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna go like, oh, you're a murderer. You kill cows. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be that guy. But I will say that when I see people that like completely disrespect the animal, like that just pisses me off. And it's like we were saying about the ice cream. If you're gonna have ice cream, have ice cream. I'm a big believer in if you're gonna do something, do it right. Make something like beautiful or delicious. And I have like a couple of friends that they're like excellent cooks and they're always posting on Instagram and stuff like that. I'm just like, well, at least they know how to do it right, Like they took their mother's recipe and they prepare it well. It's just when I see like, first of all, I was watching videos of the way that they slaughter the animals and then afterwards how they treat the dead body. It's like there's zero respect, you know what I mean? Like I just want to give a little respect for something that gave its life. And if you're going to do it, do a good job, cook it, don't waste it. Like make it taste good, I hate when I see these people like, oh man, let's just take this burger and wrap it in bacon. Like, you ever see those Facebook videos?
Dude, hey, bro. I need to bring this back. I used to do this thing called Why America Why, which is just stuff like that.
Wait, what was it called?
Why America Why.
Oh, okay.
And it never took off the way I wanted. I mean, it took off. I was doing it for a while, and then I started getting grossed out by it.
Yeah.
And then people would send me things, oh, here's one for your wife. That's when I realized how many people were actually following,
That's a great idea, dude.
Yeah, so...
You should bring it back now that IGTV is really popular. You can have, like, longer than 1-minute videos.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to bring that back. That dig is expensive now. But yeah, cause that's the stuff I just don't... That's the stuff I don't get. And it's always funny to me, too, with that. Like I said, when I was vegan or eating healthy, a lot of the people would even come to me with good-looking food, good-sounding things that sounded good. They're like, "Oh, you don't eat meat? Oh, I couldn't do that, man. How could you not eat how could you not go to Carl's Jr. and get a double something with onion rings and eggs and bacon?" And I'm like, that doesn't even sound good. You know what I mean? It's
it doesn't sound good to me.
Oh, dude, I could do that, man. Wouldn't a nice, filet mignon sound nice? Or wouldn't a nice cheese? Yeah, just a piece of steak. Just say that. But no one ever came to me with that. Or, sincere tuna. Wouldn't that be good? Sincere smiley. Wouldn't that sound good? What about a nice shaky piece of salmon? Never.
Hell yeah.
It'd be a deep fried bacon wrapped fish. And I'm like, okay, no, no.
I'll take it.
And that's what I was always thinking, why America? So what was
That's great.
Yeah.
I think you should do those again.
I think I'm gonna, man.
I'll just start sending you every dumb one I see.
Yeah. So,
Man, because every now and then I'll see them and I'll actually like retweet them or share them and go like, "What were you guys thinking?" You know what I mean, or something like that.
yeah.
I'll tell you what though, man. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I've never eaten those fast food things. I mean, listen, I've been drunk at 4 a.m.
Okay.
And I'm also ashamed to say I've been sober at 2 p.m. and I've done it also.
Nice.
You know, but
Yeah.
you know, now I think the same way you do. When I see other people eating it, I go like why? Like I can't believe that that's what you're craving or that's what you know, you want to go eat. I feel the same way you do. Yeah, I'd rather have a nice piece of ahi or seared salmon or something.
Yeah.
I used to feel that way too, and it wasn't because I gave up meat. I actually started to feel that way about fast food and stuff like that before I gave up meat. And I think that you know, my wife Jen has a lot to do with it. I think she's very like health cautious, and you know, she reads a lot about it. She cares a lot about it, so she's watching all kinds of videos and stuff. And ever since I met her, she kind of, and plus she didn't grow up here, so I don't think like the fast food is necessarily like as popular in other countries.
Right.
You know, because she's not from here. I think that like we're probably disgusting. Like she probably looks at that like how you and I now look at it. Like, oh my God, that's gross. How could you guys eat that?
Yep.
And I think that kind of instilled on me. I think she introduced me to like a whole new world of like, you know, why are you making mashed potatoes with the powder? Do you know how easy it is to make real mashed potatoes? You know what I mean? Like, why are you putting this like chemicals or just fake shit in you or stuff out of a can? Like, you know, just, you know, introduced me to like,
That's great. It's not even a hard recipe. It's right there. Mashed potatoes.
yeah, it's in the name.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God.
But you know, I see people sharing those videos of like, you know, how they have the recipes and they do the step by step. Here's what you do. Here's how you make it. And I see ones where they'll take like, you know, cream cheese and then put jalapenos in it, and then they do you know, hamburger meat around it, and then shape a patty around it, and then like cheese, you know, cheddar on top of that, and then do another patty, and then wrap it in bacon. You ever see the one where they wrap it in bacon, almost like kind of like a, what's it called on the baskets, like woven?
Lattice. Yeah, with the lattice with the bacon. Yes, I've seen that.
And they do it with bacon. They go like crisscross with it. They wrap the whole meat.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, you are just disrespecting a whole species right now.
Yes. That is, yes, I did see. I saw that, and I actually posted one of those. Seriously, half the shit looks like, and half the stuff that people eat, it looks like someone lost a bet. That's just what the food looks like. You know, because nobody, I cannot picture someone waking up in the morning and say, you know what I'm going to make, and then put that shit together.
That's hilarious.
Somebody said, I dare you to eat this. You know, let's get all these foods from everywhere around,
right?
And then put them together, and I dare you to eat it. And all of a sudden, in America, it's like, oh, this is delicious.
That's so funny, man. You should do that as a bit, dude. That's hilarious. Just all that stuff is like a dare. Oh my God, so funny. Yeah, just like, oh, they're all just every one of those videos should end with them, the camera cutting to like a group of friends next to the person making it and being like, oh my God, he's actually gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. So I mean, are you bummed out that you're not doing the competition?
Say what now?
Are you bummed out that you're not gonna do the competition?
I am. Well, I was, like I said, when April happened, it kind of bummed me out for a minute. You know me. I try to be a positive dude. Yeah. And like I said, when it didn't happen, it bummed me out because when I plan something, I like for, you know, I want my plan to happen, right? Then, you know, I had to take a step back and go, okay, look at what's happening in the world right now. People are dying. And you're upset because you're not going to go get this little trophy. You know what I mean? You got to put it in perspective. Right. Kind of like, so. And then I remember my wife kept checking in. She said, how you feeling? You upset? I said, yes, I was upset just because I had a plan. Yeah. But it wasn't like the April contest meant that much to me. It was just like, okay, this would be my first contest with this new organization. Their big one is in November. Bada bing, bada boom. Here's my plan. I'm going to take the summer off. You know what I mean? It was just like, boom. So when that got canceled, I was just like, oh, okay. And I talked to the organization.
It would have been awesome. It would have been cool. I know that that's something that you really love to do.
Yeah.
But also, you didn't lose anything on the deal.
Nothing.
You didn't get to do it, but it's not like, well, I was healthy for no reason. It's like, no, you're you definitely got something out of it.
My body fat was down to 8% for no reason.
Yeah.
Assholes.
So let me ask you a question. And I've been asking a lot of every time I have a comic on as a guest, I ask them this question. I'm going to ask it to you too, but I'm going to ask you a different question first. If next month, let's say, they actually did the competition, or even let's say at the end of this month. I don't know, how long do you need? 8 weeks, you said?
Yeah, you need good 8. I'm good.
Okay, so like 8 weeks away, they go, you know what, we're going to do the competition. Are you doing it? Are you going like, I don't know if I want to be around all those people. I'm kind of scared.
Oh no. Well, like I said, the one for July, I'm like I said, I'm soft prepping for it right now.
Okay, so you might do it. You'll go to Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to drive?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so here's the question I've been asking all the comics. Tomorrow, Comedy Club books you. You going?
Yeah.
Yeah, but where's the Comedy Club? In L.A. would you go?
But yeah.
If it was tomorrow.
Well, I did that Laugh Factory thing a couple of weeks ago with no audience.
Right. Cool. Right, but I mean with an audience, you're upping the odds, I guess, of getting something.
Well, here's my thing. It's because I'm kind of on the both sides of this thing. It's like I'm concerned. I am more concerned about me having it and then transferring it to someone I care about.
Yeah, and rather than you having it.
Because I've been prepping my whole life for this,
mm-hmm.
And that's when I issued. I don't know if you saw it, but anyway, I issued an apology to people, because so many people, like when I was saying I was still working out, I had people chastising me for still working out in the gym by myself. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you should be at the gym. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
But I'm having people, and I'm like, wait a minute. These are the same people who I would tell to stop smoking or quit eating crappy food. And these are the same people who say, oh, do we got to die? Somebody, might go die. I'm like, okay, right?
Yeah.
But now, all the people telling me, I said, aren't you the ones telling me not to die? But I think it's funny how I was trying to get you guys to stop doing something unhealthy to prolong your life. You're trying to get me to stop doing something healthy for said sake. I said, but I've been this my whole life. I've been, working on my immune system for shit like this, right? So
yeah.
I won't be in the high risk group. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I am with the whole thing. But then I realized, because of some older people in my circle, if you will, that would concern me.
Well, yeah, of course. That's a normal reaction.
Yeah, but I'll say this, because of my relationship with comedy right now, I don't need to be one of the first comics out there. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I were, like I said, if I were you, or it's like you, or I'm not even gonna say like. Well, I know like Adam Ray's about to, he's about to go out and do some stuff. I saw him post some stuff.
Well, so am I, dude.
If I'm like, you guys, if I was where you guys are, then I would do it. But because comedy clubs were calling me before this shit happened, I'm thinking of using it as a sacrificial lamb. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and wait till next month and come back.
Right. Well, I think that you're right about I think you're right about a lot of things. I think you're very understanding. I mean, to be fair, I don't think that I personally don't think that you working out by yourself is really harming anybody. Like you said, I try to get you guys to stop smoking, but it's not like you were smoking in a room full of people. You're smoking by yourself,
Right.
And so you're only harming you, but you're not even really harming you. There's nobody else in the gym, so I don't even think that would make you a carrier. I mean, I guess I would imagine to be disinfected before you ever even went in there to work out alone. There's nobody else in there, so it's almost like you're working out in your living room. I think for
Yeah.
people to shame you for working out in a very small gym by yourself with no one in there, the doors are locked. It's like,
Yeah.
well, then you can shame anybody who's right now is doing push-ups in their living room.
Yeah, and like I said, it was like I said. I realized it was some people just needed something to say. Shut up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, I go
Now,
back and forth too. I'm also like so torn. I'm like torn in half with this thing because I go like you do. I go like I think that I could handle it. I mean, who knows? I think that my body is like you said, like the immune system is what needs to be strong. I
Right.
personally think I have a very strong immune system. I think that I grew up in the playing outside like a normal kid.
Right.
I think that your immune system gets built, but the more you like grow up around dirt and stuff, and I think your body every day needs to touch things like it's
Right.
used to, instead of like sanitizing gloves or mask. So now your body's immune system is actually getting weaker. So when you
Yep.
do come in contact with it, you're actually probably more prone to get it. But I just, I see a lot of younger kids, that they're getting it really, really bad and suffering from it, and they're like my age or younger, and I just think to myself, well, maybe their generation kind of grew up indoors, video games and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or maybe kind of coddled or bubbled, but who knows? It's not for me to say. But
Right.
I feel the same way. Like I go, like I would never want to have someone who has a weaker immune system catch it because of me. I was a carrier, but I don't have it. You know what I mean? I go back between
Right.
that one all the time. But then I also keep getting torn on the other side, which is just like a lot of the stuff is just like people just want to say something. People just want to shame you. This is the new shaming. You're not wearing a
Yeah.
mask. It's like. I wear the mask when I go to the grocery store. I wear the mask
Yeah.
when you know what I mean, when I'm going to be around a crowd of people. I wear the mask when when I'm going biking. I've been biking, Marina Del Rey, and Jen and I, we just did 8 miles this weekend, and it's actually extremely crowded on the path, so I'm actually wearing a mask. I go kayaking. I wear the mask on the dock, and then once I dock the boat, I take it off once I'm alone on the water. But besides that, when I'm walking around in my neighborhood with my dog, and I'm not, you know what I mean, I'm not near anybody. I'm not going to a park. I'm on private streets. People are
Yeah.
coming up to me, dude, and telling me, like, you need to put a mask on. Like, this lady the other day walked across the street to tell me that. And I'm like, well, we were nowhere near each other. You just put
Yeah.
yourself in danger if you're so scared by coming up to me just because you felt better about telling me that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I get torn between, like, I don't want anybody to get it because of me. And then I get torn between, like, we also can't give up our rights so easy.
Right.
And it kind of makes me mad when people call people like either stupid. I've seen people being called names a lot, like I have a theory that everybody on the other side, which is the side of, oh my God, you must wear a mask, they can't really make their argument without insulting you or shaming you.
Right.
They have to call you stupid, or I see all these posts of going like, oh, these idiots, they're not listening to doctors and scientists, they're just listening to their own like YouTube research or stuff like that. But it's like
Yeah.
they have a great point too, and this is like a very controversial issue that there's going to be excellent points to both sides, but I just don't understand mocking someone who goes like, stop, hold on a second, before I do what you tell me to do and give up like my American rights, my freedom so easily, let me like stop and think about it for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that one's right or one's wrong, but like I think it's definitely wrong to like kind of make fun of someone for questioning like what's going on. This is not business as usual, so we got to kind of like think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel.
No. It's like, but here's what it is. It's not even. So you got to take it. I'm going to get really philosophical with you, young fellow. Listen, because it's not even about this issue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even about this issue. One of the problems with our country, aside from the horrible diets and dairy foods, no, what happens is whatever side someone's on, they have to be right.
Yeah.
This country, they have right, and also because like even when people were mocking, were trying to shame, which is sort of hilarious to me, about me at the gym, it had nothing to do with. They had nothing to do with them concerned for my health in the gym. It had nothing to do with that. It wasn't like they're concerned for him. It was literally like, on the one hand, it was like, wait, because people know how much I love to work out. So now here it is. We're in lockdown. So a lot of people have to give up something they love to do, but I still get to do something I love to do. That's what they were upset about. Not me going to the gym to be healthy and, and that's what they were upset about, right? And so now, and then also you got to look at something like that as to people start to questioning their own. Well, hell, maybe I should have done more to protect my immune system. Maybe we wouldn't be in this.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, okay, now I need to lash out. And even a lady across the street from you, she's like, oh, I can't believe I have to give up so much. And she sees you walk without a mask. That right there just
yeah.
You when you walk across the street.
Yeah, you can tell she's just all righteous in her mind,
Yeah, and like I said, it is not, you know what I mean?
She's probably thinking she's about to do her good deed for the day, and she's going to feel so good about herself. And you know what's funny? You also have a pit bull, so you know if people are crossing the street to come on the same side as you, like they got an agenda.
I was about to say, when you said that, I got people crossing the street to get away from you.
Yeah.
People look at me, they look at me like, okay, well, go ahead and leave him alone.
Yeah, man. I think, dude, I think you're right. You bring up a lot of points. Everybody's right in their own mind, and you're not going to change anybody's mind. But right. I'm just saying to people, like, just please don't go up to people and feel that it's, you have the right to tell them what they can wear, or not wear. And I know that some people are going to go, well, you have to make sacrifices. People are dying and stuff like that. But but we also kind of have to protect life.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are really worried about dying that you kind of are giving up living. And then we went, well, even I said, like, well, it's a small price to pay. If we're going to save some lives, I'll do it for a couple months. And then it turned into 6 months. And now it might be the whole rest of the year. And then we may never go back to normal. We may always go to the grocery store and see arrows pointing and telling you which way you can walk. Or, you know what I mean? That might be the future. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and for us to kind of like stop and go like, this is wrong. Like, we kind of have to fight for some of our human rights, or not even human, but American rights, because we were born in this country and we were given the First Amendment, and a lot of countries weren't. And a lot of people died defending that right. And what about their deaths? Mm-hmm. Was that in vain? I'm sure a lot of people, that think, well, you're being selfish. Well, I bet you a lot of them had people that served in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you did, and I know that you defended your country because you believe in the Constitution, and you fight over there.
Slow down there.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. Yeah, we're just comics. I don't know, dude. I just feel that, like, if you're going to fight for your country, you do it for, like, people safe at home to have these freedoms.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just getting too opinionative, but I am saying I think it's crazy to mock someone who's just, like, kind of thinking about it. Like,
and see, that's it. See, like I said, I can tell people, you have your own opinion. That's great. You have your own opinion.
Right, exactly.
But like I said, and I'm like you, what I hate is, like, people want to shame. People don't discuss shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They don't discuss. It's just like, this is the way I feel.
Yeah.
You feel the exact opposite. Well, then you're stupid.
And you're never going to change my mind. Yeah. It's the new Facebook, life we live in. Like, everybody just got so used to deleting people. If somebody doesn't, if you don't agree with someone, you're just like, well, you're gone from my life. And then they do it in real life.
Oh, dude. Can I tell you this about, I got two new comics fans because they were both trolls trying to start a fight with me. It was fuck. Can I tell you that real quick?
I don't think so.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think you told me.
Oh no, because it just happened.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Tell me.
With the last time, I did my not this thing. I did my save whatever the hell it's called the last thing. So anyway, they posted a clip of mine online. Right? So one dude writes underneath the clip. He goes, somebody told this dude he was funny. They lied, right? And so then, he goes, they lied. He goes, yeah, fuck this guy. And I go, haha, yeah, fuck this guy, right? So then he goes, I was talking about you. He said, I was talking about you. I was talking about you. Ha ha ha. I said, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, somebody told this guy. I don't think he's funny. He goes, well, what are you doing? Right? Something like that. So then he comes back. He says, so I guess, because he called me a pussy. I said, no. I said, dude, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't get upset by some, keyboard warrior. I think it's funny. You have your opinion, dude. It's funny as hell. Thank you.
Yeah.
So he was taking the time to write on my video, something like that, right?
Right.
So I guess he went to my Instagram page and looked at my pictures. Then he came back and wrote, he goes, oh, yeah, you big for no damn reason. I'm not fucking with you, right? That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But then here's the thing. He spelled no wrong. He's like, you big for no reason? And he spelled it K-N-O-W. I'm like, motherfucker, you just added 2 silent letters to a word and didn't even need that. How fucking dumb are you, right?
Man.
And I said, oh, I just want you to know. I said, I just want to know if I have your opinion, your approval. I'm going to use this conversation in my next act. He goes, oh, man, that'd be great. You got me in your next act. He said, I'm going to follow you, man, so hopefully when I see you in your next show, man, you're going to have my joke. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to have you on there. Boom. He added me, followed me. Boom, right?
Yeah.
Right? And he came out firing. Look, you could tell you people looking for a battle. And another guy was mad about my, because I was making fun of movers. He thought I was making fun of movers, right?
Yeah.
And he said something. So I did accident. And he came back and said, well, actually, it was kind of funny. I just hate people talking about people who make minimum wage. I said, when did I say they made minimum wage? I said, I paid movers. I paid them a shitload of money. That's why I wasn't helping. Had nothing to do with me being above. I paid you right out. And I'm talking. He said, no, the joke was actually funny. I just blah, 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 blah. And he followed me. But it was just both those guys came at me trying to start a fight.
Right.
And I just thought it was funny. I'm like, oh, I'm going to interact with anybody who takes the time to write something. And that's always been my...
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Just heat on your page is great.
Yeah,
just keep the conversation going longer.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're going to be fans. Maybe they'll come out to an actual show one day and be like, oh, okay, he's actually good when there's an audience.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't that's why I don't want to do these live Zoom shows or anything like that. Like, I'm not interested in people's comments, right. Oh, this isn't funny. Oh, really? What are you basing it off of? I've never had to perform to, like, a camera and no people before.
Yeah, it's still whatever. But, yeah, man, but like as I just said, it's just like people, it's like people want, like you said, everybody has their opinion. They want their opinions to matter.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. And it's like I said, I'm not getting upset,
Yeah.
So it takes a lot. Like I said, every once in a while I come home, my wife is in some, Facebook argument with somebody. And I go, why?
Yeah, right. It's a waste of time. You're not going to change anybody's mind, but I'm glad you interacted with them a little bit and it didn't become hostile.
No, I wouldn't be worried about it.
Right, that's how you do it. You interact a little bit. You didn't argue. You go, oh, thank you for taking the time. And now they're probably going to be following you for a while.
Yeah, no.
Real quick before we go, I want to ask you something. If there's even an answer, a lot of people, they don't have access to a gym right now. A lot of people don't even have the equipment, and I don't even know if you try to go on Amazon or something and order weights or anything, they're like sold out, a lot of them. Or you can only buy it from the private sellers, and they want to charge you a lot for shipping, So is there one or two exercises that people can do at home that don't require any equipment, that they can just do in their living room or something, that one or two that you feel they're most effective and you could do it every day?
It's an easy question, because this is a question I've gotten asked a lot of times, even before pandemic.
Okay.
No, seriously. And I tell people this now, even my clients will all tell you, like I say, every morning I make sure I do 90 push-ups, 90 pull-ups, 90 sit-ups. It'd be 3 sets of 30, right? Because I tell any, pull-ups may be the hardest thing to do, because you need somebody to do the actual pull-ups. But push-ups push-ups is probably the best exercise there is, period. That's why I love all the people with the push-up challenges and stuff like that. Push-ups are great because you work every muscle in your body, basically. You really do.
By the way, who still has a house phone?
Oh, I do. You hear it?
Yeah. So you said push-ups?
It was part of my bundle package.
So push-ups.
How much?
push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups are like the three best thing. 90, so 30 of each.
Yep. I mean, well, as many as you can, as many as people can.
Every day.
And then you can do this stuff. You can do anytime you do anything with body weight, you can do it every day. And then there's squats, single leg squats or lunges. And
well, you said that push-ups is probably like the best one.
Yeah.
Is there any particular style? Because everybody does it different. They do ones where your legs are elevated, or you got to keep your Is there?
That's for YouTube. That's people start making a push-ups when they start videotaping push-ups.
So just a normal old school classic push-up.
Put your hands on the floor. Put your feet on the floor. Put your chest on the floor. Get your chest off the floor. And
you know how your chest is on the floor right now? Make it not on the floor.
Goddamn, you right. You put your chest on the floor. None of that half push-up bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
What about a pull-up at home? How are you doing a pull-up at home?
Right, that's what I said. That would be the only thing that's hard.
Okay.
Because you actually need an apparatus. That's hard.
That thing that hooks onto the door frame.
Yeah. I've seen too many accidents with those. So those scare me.
Man, I got one of those, and we have it. You've seen my garage. I have some workout equipment, which I will be honest with you, my wife uses it, and I don't. but she's in here working out like every day. But we have one of those, and we've both like kind of tried to mess with it, and we're always like kind of, as soon as we do that pull, and I hear that crack in the wood, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one, man. I've seen too many. Those go wrong,
So if you don't have it, then you can. So you're just try to do like the push up and the sit ups and then squats. Maybe substitute a squat then.
Yeah, do that. Do squats. One thing you can do if that'd be cool. It's too complicated. Never mind.
All right.
I was gonna try to explain. I'll explain it to you.
Well, if it has a name, just say it, and people can go YouTube what it is.
It's basically a horizontal pull-up. And basically what you do is if you have a table, you lie on the floor and you either put like a broom between two chairs or grab one side of the table and basically like reverse push-ups. But you're pulling yourself up towards the table or up towards the broomstick.
No, yeah, I gotcha. That's a good idea too. Yeah, so if you don't have anything to do a pull-up with, just lay on your back, put two chairs, put a broom, and then just kind of, I gotcha.
Pull up that way.
If you got a broom for the 99-cent store, don't do it.
Right, yeah, no. You can't use a plastic broom either. That's the third rep.
You got to get a wooden broom. That's a good idea. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for those tips that I will probably never do, but the listeners hopefully will. I'm just messing with you. But, dude, thanks so much. I had a great time talking with you today, and I'm glad that you're... Man. Yeah, man. I can't wait to see you on the outside doing stand-up again. And, dude, I'm working already. I already got in the books June 18th through 21st. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, really?
Arizona's open already, dude. They already have had shows. Like last weekend they opened.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's limitations. They're only selling 75 tickets per show, but it's going to be fun. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, man. I'll see. We might. Oh, that's right. There's limited shows.
Yeah.
No, we might. That's what Katie's, my wife's.
Yeah.
We might have to do a quick visit as soon as they open shit up. So.
Oh, okay.
We might be making that mind.
Nice. All right, man.
All right, boss, man.
Thank you so much for calling in, man. I really appreciate it. Great talking to you.
Hey, my pleasure. All right, take care, Chief.
Later.
Later.
Oh, man, LJ's always just been such a great, fun guy to hang around. And I'm glad that he was able to call in. I really enjoyed that conversation. I liked that we got his perspective on things that we've been constantly talking about on my podcast and everybody's podcast. And I love his. He's a little more mature than I am. He's a little older than I am. I think LJ's. By the way, he's a freaking bodybuilder in great shape, and you would never guess it. But I think he's like 51, or maybe, or actually, I think he's 50. I think he's 50. But just looks great, mature dude. I think that's what happens to you when you get older. You mature out and just like, man, I got time to argue with these people. I like that he interacted with them, turned it around, and he's probably turned them into fans. That's the way to do it. Instead of arguing with people, he's right. You're not going to change anybody's mind, and he's right. Everybody is right in their own mind. They're not meaning to wish any harm, and I'll make sure I keep that in mind the next time I'm freaking out at people, that you guys know that I do. But thank you guys. I hope that was helpful for you as it was for me, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to click the link in the description right now. I'm going to put the link in the description for the Welcome to Purgatory video that LJ just did, or Les Jennings did with me, where we worked on our joke premises on my Welcome to Purgatory video. I'll put the link right in there. And then also, don't forget, the link to Masterclass will also be right there. And just go ahead and click it. Don't forget to go to homeschoolpod.com. You can get tickets to my show in Arizona. You can get... You can email me by clicking on contact and reach out, and if you have questions or just want to say hi. And you can also get merch on there. That's where you get your Homeschool Podcast t-shirts, mugs, stickers, hoodies, everything, beach towels. Summer's coming. I got tank tops, guys. It's all on there. Get it right now. Plus, because the very limited edition ex-president series of our t-shirt is going to be taken down when we hit episode 300. You won't be able to buy it anymore. So make sure that you guys are getting that before it's too late, before it's gone. We are going to have a different t-shirt which will represent the 300s, but for episode 200s, we're being represented by the ex-president's t-shirt. It's badass. It's awesome. My co-host Kevin Lyons designed it, and it's awesome, so make sure you get it before you can't anymore. All right, you guys, I have a couple of great guests lined up for you in the next coming episodes. I hope that you guys have a great week. I hope you're being productive, and I hope that you're staying happy and healthy. Thank you for listening. I'm Augustino Zoida, and this has been the Homeschooled Podcast.